everyone, my name is Sam, and thank you for watching our presentation. We are the class of Historic Preservation 469, and today, each of us will be explaining what we did throughout the spring of 2024. This course was done in collaboration with the city of Fredericksburg. The city's website was in dire need of an overhaul due to it being unintuitive and difficult to navigate. Thus, the faculty member in charge of this class was contacted by Kate Schwartz, the Historic Resources Planner of Fredericksburg, to develop new materials. The first goal of this class was to make the historic preservation site of Fredericksburg more accessible to the user. Property owners within a historic district must follow a set of rules and guidelines for modifying their properties. The central element of this process is applying for a Certificate of Appropriateness, or COA, which determines that the proposal does not harm the character of the district. Many people are consequently in a rush to acquire this information and should be able to do so swiftly and easily. You will find that the COA is a recurring topic in our presentation. Our second goal is set learning objectives for us to truly understand how to work in a professional environment on a large collaborative effort. This was accomplished in our communication with the city on redeveloping the historic preservation website.
Hi, I'm Sebastian. Our class had to follow the confines of the semester as well as work on the website. We had to think carefully about our timeline for the project and our regular classwork, so we resolved to create the website in a quick and efficient manner that did not compromise on quality. To achieve this, we looked at other city websites and their historic preservation pages to see what they did well and implement those features into our site. After this, we cooperated working on the site together and spread different parts of the website to other members. This helped maintain our timeline for the semester. Following this process, we worked with the city to improve the project and align with their vision for the website. We first did a deep dive on the website to assess each part. As a team, we went through every link and document on the website to determine how efficient and useful each part was, and if we needed to make changes. This assessment created the foundation for the project and the changes the team wanted to make. With this collaborative analysis, we could determine how to create a more efficient website for the community of Fredericksburg.
Hi, this is Ellie. Another step that we took was to look at other cities around the country that are comparable to Fredericksburg. We looked at their websites to see what worked well and what could be adjusted. We found that basically everyone, including Fredericksburg, used Civic Plus, a platform similar to WordPress that is more locked down. Some cities implemented their sites better than others, and we found ways that we could improve Fredericksburg's website. We worked with Ms. Schwartz in the city to figure out what she wanted us to deliver. The ones we are going to focus on today are the frequently asked questions, application process for Certificate of Appropriateness, and flowcharts. But we also created maps and used GIS, created a tax information reference, and created a video. To do this effectively, the next step we took was to create a dummy website on UMW sites, because we did not have direct access to the city website. Our dummy website allowed us to develop our ideas as we went and see what we thought worked best.
Hi, I'm Aidan. Continuing what Ellie said, we worked with the city to create solutions to many of the website's problems to its recommended specifications. One of these products is the Frequently Asked Questions page, the process and outcome of which I will go over now. We were inspired to create an FAQ page because of its conspicuous omission on the Historic District website. We looked at other websites from across the US and found examples of FAQ pages and figured since they were so useful there, we should make one for Fredericksburg. In order to create the FAQ page, we looked into the COA process and researched what questions other cities had on theirs for reference, along with other parts of historic district governance that people may have questions about. With these questions in mind, we looked through city resources like the district guidelines and handbook to find answers to the accumulated questions. Some were easier to answer than others, but in the end, we were able to create a comprehensive list of important questions with corresponding answers and links to further resources with more in-depth information where needed.
Hello, I'm Gavin. We've significantly improved the COA application process on the Historic District website by creating comprehensive web pages to make the site more easily navigable for residents. This is the entirety of the information that existed before. The COA is the reason people view this webpage. A lot of what we did was work out how to display the information comprehensively. Applying for a COA can be a complicated process, and until now there's been no clear explanation of the COA process on the city website. Initially, resources were missing or unclear leaving property owners confused about their project's classification. We address this by prioritizing and prominently featuring updated resources and using buttons to categorize various aspects of the COA process. Additionally, we curated a list of example COAs and implemented them as a content slider to represent project types visually. Previously, the Citizen Action portal for COA applications was absent from the Historic District page. Now, a dedicated button clearly directs residents to the portal, along with other useful information. The original cluttered and visually unappealing checklist has been replaced with one that fits on a single sheet of paper. It is organized by project type, providing a more streamlined COA application process with helpful links to relevant pages.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I was responsible for changing the flowcharts. Originally, there were 3 flowcharts. These were located under the Historic District Design Guidelines PDF on pages 13 through 15, but there was no indication on how to find these flowcharts. As a result, we wanted people to find the flowcharts more easily. These flowcharts showed the different paths that COA applicants would take depending on if they had administrative items, additions, alterations, demolitions, and new construction. While the original flowcharts got basic information across and looked appealing, they seem vague in their information. For example, they don't link to external sign, window, and fence documents, establish that there is a fee that goes with the COA application, or tell applicants when they need to resubmit. We also noticed that the additions, alterations, and administrative items had the same path and could easily be combined. To consolidate this information, a new flowchart was created. This flowchart separates COA applications by demolitions, additions, alterations, and new construction. It links to external documents, tells the applicant when to resubmit, and is easier to find since it's a singular, separate document.
Amber here. While we don't have time to chat about everything we did in this class, we do want to highlight a few more things. In addition to the fantastic work already mentioned, we were also able to create and deliver a better historic district map, a new video introduction to the Fredericksburg Historic District to post on the city website, and an updated incentives list for property owners. All of these resources were created or improved upon to promote and assist property owners in and around the historic district. Our goal, in addition to creating better resources for the city, was for the city to be able to use these resources for a long time. To that end, an instruction manual was created so that the city can check annually to make sure all of the documents, links, and videos are up to date and correct. Most of the resources were created in Adobe products, so they are compatible with city requirements. Everything we mentioned in this presentation should be posted on the city website soon, so please go take a look. We're really proud of the work we did.
Hello, I'm Eric. Through this project, our class has gained insights into various aspects of engaging in real-world preservation efforts. Projects like these, particularly those involving actual policies and government participation, underscore the critical need for effective communication between all parties involved. Dealing with government entities, which adhere to more strict standards, often complicates and lengthens the process. However, we found that maintaining clear and consistent communication between the city and our group helps alleviate some of these challenges. We also observed the challenge and importance of effectively communicating preservation policies to public audiences. Most members of the public aren't well versed in historic preservation, especially on the policy side. As such, when developing the site, we made sure to use language that would maintain clarity for both the general public and effectively convey our intentions. One of the most important aspects of our project was its real-world applicability. The city requested a site revamp, which will now be used by the public, which also further illustrates the importance of communication with both the city and the public. The website page will likely be added by this summer, and we encourage you to explore it in the future. You can find the link in the page below. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for your time.